Here we go. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Trench Grenade channel. I am your host, the average react to indirect fire enjoyer that your mom said that we have at home. Thanks for watching. The purpose of today's video is I'm going to teach you how to survive reacting to indirect fire in your average Minecraft server. Guys, before we start, get down below and leave me your favorite cat emoji, okay? I want to see your cats down in the comments below. Like the video. If you enjoy content like this, consider becoming a member of the Patreon channel. It's only $5 a month. It gets you access to a Discord server where you can find different buddies to train with, game with, go out to the range, have a good time, stay up late and talk about all your favorite artillery pieces, okay? Now, to tell you how to react to indirect fire, I have to first define indirect fire. Indirect fire is simply mortars, enemy artillery, any sort of fire that is indirect. So like a rifle would be direct fire. We're going to teach you today how to react to indirect fire, okay? The purpose is to keep you alive, so that way you're not just standing there and then you get smoked in your Minecraft server and then you have to restart your server because it's a survival server and there's this drama in the video game world, okay? So that's going to be the purpose, to keep you alive in your video game adventures. Okay, I'm not going to delay too long. Just a quick reminder, just like the video, guys, give me a comment, and please consider becoming a Patreon member because work is out of control. First thing you're going to do, I'll orient you to the board, okay? This is a squad column fire team wedge, alpha team leader, squad leader, and a bravo team leader. For demonstration purposes, I will simply demonstrate this with a squad-sized element as to not overwhelm anybody, and it'll be easy to pitch this very quickly so you can get back to your server and build all your Roblox people. Okay, first thing you're going to do, step one, you're going to, when you hear the, imagine like a gong going off in the distance, gong, 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 okay? When you start hearing that going off, okay, that's enemy artillery. And then when you start hearing the actual incoming, okay, whether you see smoke, hear the actual explosion, or you hear a light whistling, faint whistling sound, that's when you're actually, the rounds are actually impacting on your position. Okay, quick note about artillery. It does not discriminate. Indirect fire or enemy mortars does not discriminate. So just because you're a good guy and you have a good credit score and you have always been a good dude, well, it doesn't matter. It might hit you, it might hit your buddy, it doesn't matter. It's just going to be random, okay, based on their bracketing, and based on their fire mission and the type of ordnance they're dropping. So just get ready to really hug the earth as tight as you can, okay? All right, so when you start hearing the gong going off, gong, gong, or you're freaking, you actually see impacts of rounds or hear them impacting near you, you're going to sound off with incoming, okay? After you sound off with incoming, guess what you're going to do? You're going to get down. Now, you're not going to do this weird thing where you're worried about where to get down. The first thing you're going to do is just get down, okay? All the way down to the prone position. You're going to position your body in a generally straight line. You're going to cover your neck. You're going to drop your weapon, okay? Leave your weapon next to you. If it's slung, whatever, just leave it wherever it is. You're going to cover your neck with your arms, okay? As to cover the arteries in your neck. You're going to put your face in the mud. You're going to put your legs together almost like you're in the position of attention, thus minimizing your silhouette, and then you're just going to lay there and pray that you don't get hit by an enemy 81 millimeter mortar. Okay, so after you've sounded off with incoming and you've gotten down into the position I previously described, then you're going to wait for the booming to stop. Now, this is subjective because if they're effectively calling a fire for effect on your position, you may die there, okay? So that's going to be up to you. But you're going to wait for the booming to stop. The next thing you're going to do, whoever is still alive, if you find yourself as some high-speed specialist or whatever, corporal, and you're still alive, guess what you're going to do? You're going to call out a distance, a direction, and a formation. What that's going to sound like is 300 meters, 3 o'clock, wedge, up and move. The reason you're calling it and not just waiting for your lieutenant to call it or your platoon sergeant or your squad leader to call it, because they're dead, okay? So they're dead, so somebody's got to call it, all right? So remember that when you're just laying there getting shelled to death in Minecraft, okay? So once the booming stops or you realize you're going to die here, you're going to call out a distance, direction, and formation. Just remember, if you do decide to move while the artillery is still incoming, you're probably going to die because the way artillery works is when it impacts right here, it explodes up and out like an ice cream cone, which means if you're this little guy and you decide to start running, you're going to get cut to pieces. Shrapnel is like a million razor blades, okay? Shrapnel is just like a million razors flying through the air that will cut you apart, okay? Now, so after you've called distance, direction, and formation, I get 200 meters, 3 o'clock, wedge, up and move, okay? The reason you're giving them a formation to get into is because they're going to want to bunch up naturally, as human instinct tends to do and wants us to do. So you're giving them a formation to remind them to not all die by one enemy incoming round, okay? And you're going to tell them to up and move. If you're that high-speed sergeant or corporal on the ground that's had to take charge, you might have to physically grab a couple of them as you're getting up and move them, because they're going to be terrified and their face is going to be in the mud, okay? Or they might be dead in Minecraft. So up and move, and then bracketing. Okay, the last thing I want to describe to you is bracketing. If you move directly up or down or north or south, a good forward observer, an enemy forward observer, can easily add or drop. Add 100, fire for effect. Boom, 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 boom. Add 100, fire for effect. Boom, 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 boom. What's that going to do to you is turn you into spaghetti. And yeah, so let's try to not be spaghetti, and let's try to move relatively at a 45-degree angle, okay, based on if you know where the forward observer is. So if right here is the forward observer, the enemy FO, and you know you somehow spot him after you start taking incoming, or there's a likely position like a hill or some sort of building that they could be in, try to move at a 45-degree angle from their position. You can move this way too, obviously, okay, 45 degrees, because if you just move straight in line with them, they're just going to add or drop. Fire for effect. Add 200, fire for effect. Over, shot out, splash over, splash out, good impact on target. Add 100, fire for effect. Over, shot out, splash over, splash out. BDA as follows. Yeah, you're dead, okay? So you want to move in a generally 45-degree angle from the forward observer. Ice cream cone, we already talked about it. If you enjoyed today's video and I kept you alive in your Minecraft server, consider becoming a member of the Patreon. It's only $5 a month, gets you access to a Discord server, and keeps me motivated to continue pushing out content as work is in full swing, guys. If you enjoy the content, leave a like, leave a comment down below, leave a spaghetti comment if you got to the end of the video, and until next time, it's going to be Trench Grenade, your average indirect fire enjoyer, signing out. Cheers.